Okay, so I have a bit of explaining to do to this entry. Um, Not really happy with where I ended my last one. Kind of fell into a dark place. Uh, that's regression. I thought about that. I did. I thought about that, and then I showed my therapist, and they said, "Whoa, where did you go? Like, what brought on those feelings? Like, I understand those guys were horrible to you, and that day was not a good day for you, but what made you recess? And you got such an evil look in your eyes." I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain where I was. I just didn't like how those guys were treating me. It really, really hurt me. And then the whole thing with my trainer too. Uh, she's great, and I said, I don't like maybes, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Sometimes we have that thing where we slip into a dark space in our minds. Some a little darker than others, but it all bounces back, right? I'm just, I slip into those moods, you know. Everybody has them where they're just having a really hard time, and they just kind of need. I need everybody just to go away. Everybody just to leave them alone, you know. And that day, I'm glad I took that day off because I needed my alone time. I really, really wasn't thinking clearly, and I'm glad I stayed home because something really bad could have happened that day. Uh, I don't like to reflect on it too much, but I'll leave it at that. Uh, I guess it's probably been a little while since my last recording. Time slips me by so quickly. Um, Work has been okay. I get some passing odd glances from those guys. I wonder if she said something to them. I don't know, but they've definitely quieted down with their rowdy behavior, picking on me and stuff, and they know I didn't appreciate that. It's not professional. Maybe the managers told them. So everything has been pretty normal. I just kind of wanted to reset my mental headspace. That kind of was heads down, as I'll call it, for a while at work. I kind of just kept to myself. I didn't really say anything when I was at work. I kind of just stayed in my little cubicle office area, and I just answered calls. And I was pretty cold, I normally I've gotten a bit of a flow to things, I say the company name in a chipper way, and I kind of just I go off about my day and stuff like that. But it's still a little awkward for me. Obviously, I've gotten better at making it more of a I'm the middleman. It's less me making an impression. I'm making an impression on behalf of the company. So it's not as intimidating as normal interaction, but I digress. It's a lot. It takes a lot of me to be this person that I am not. That is not who I am. That is not the person I aim to be. And well, just fake. It just drives me crazy. People can be so fake. They let the world take hold. They let society take hold. Why are we just not going to be ourselves? I just want to be the best me that I can be. And I don't know why people just won't let me help drag that out of them, literally, if I have to. I don't like that. I don't like that part of me. I don't like that. For the record, I haven't done that. And I hope my future self doesn't go to any place like that. There's always going to be reasons for everybody's behaviors. They were brought up that way. Maybe those guys, they never really had anyone challenge them. They never really had anyone to put them in their place. God, talking about this stuff if my nose itch. Ugh. It's gets me riled up, It gets me agitated, it keeps me restless. Unless I do something about it. But I can't. Because I don't know how. I'm not strong enough. I'm not powerful enough. I don't have that Neanderthal willfulness just to attack somebody. What am I even saying? What am I even saying? Listen. Work has been fine. I don't get it. Why do I always delve back into this part of myself? Like, why? Why? I might need to ask my therapist about that. What makes me keep looking at outward? This whole therapy thing, wasn't my choice initially, but I wanted to be my choice. I want to take the time with these resources I have. I want to be a better person. I've been talking too much about what I want to be and who I want to be. Let's talk about what I've done. Yeah? Because it might be pretty cringeworthy to look back and see what I last said. So ideally, when reviewing that in the future, we'll want to see what comes next. So I've actually been doing quite well at work. I currently have the top sales of the month, which is awesome. Now, I will say I have been pretty lucky. I have had some pretty big transactions come through my way, like really big, like business to business transactions, connecting this newfound drug. It's this new painkiller has been going, everywhere. And it just seems like it can't stay in stock, at least not at these hospitals, these emergency rooms. But I seem to have gotten the biggest exchange come through my phone. And it was somehow 10,000 units. And this is an incredible drug. It costs thousands before insurance. So you figure that's the raw cost from this manufacturer to this hospital. That's a lot of money. And that's a lot of revenue that we take. So I was like, hey guys, listen. Before you get all upset at me, it just happened to fall into my lap. Okay. That's all it is. So, I was able to kind of walk tall that day, kind of puff my chest out and just be confident. I still get glares from that. It's frustrating. I earned that, It is a little bit of luck. Like I said, I'll give him that. But I took that and I made the connection. This hospital wasn't sure, oh, well, what if we just keep ordering the same thing we have been ordering? Isn't that good enough? No. This is cheaper. And this is more effective. And they have it in stock. You will be the hospital to go to for high levels of pain. And they're like, you know what? Sure. And if it goes well, we'll come right back to you for our needs. And I was like, listen, that's all I'm asking for. So life's pretty good. My trainer was very proud of me. She really seemed proud of me, But it was in a charming way. She's like, good job out there, Lyle. I know everybody else might seem jealous, but they are. It's true. But they're not mad at you for it. And I'm like, really? They seem to cast some mean scowls. And she was like, no, it's, you would probably do the same. And I was like, well, that's probably pretty true. But, I'm me, so I'm the best me that I can be. As explained earlier. And these people, they just don't put their focus into their jobs, but I don't care to change them. I have no desire to, nor should I. It is not my right. I am no divine creator. My therapist kind of got on me about that. It's like, what is with you in this whole changing things about people? Do you wish you were some kind of like plastic surgeon? Like, no, 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 no. That's not me. Plastic surgeons are butchers. They do horrible things. There's horrible things that happen to people. That's not the way they should be. Anyway, so life's been pretty good. And I thought, mood's high, Everything's going right in my life. Things are going good. I'm back on the track. I'm on the up and up. Life's good. I made that recovery from that dark place where I thought I couldn't recover. So I took my chance. I shot my shot at my trainer and I said, hey, listen, you said you'd go on a date with me sometime. What are you doing this weekend? How about Friday? How about we go out and we find a nice little spot, just you and me, and we'll make a good night of it. And I was pretty sly. I'd say this took all of my day's energy because I went back to my desk and I was mentally exhausted after that. I couldn't believe I said that. I felt so confident. It was impossible. I put my all out there. And she kind of turned her head to the side and looked at me for a second. And she was like, sure. Sounds good. Just text me a time. Oh, wait, do you have my phone number? And I was like, I don't think I do. So I got the number, and we got a date. Life's good. Yeah. Life's good. She did say, though, that she didn't like what was going on here. And I take a look at it, it is a bit shaggy, isn't it? I'm not sure how I feel about it, but for her, I'll do whatever it takes. I got myself in the door just like that. Might as well keep things going. So, I'm going to go take care of this, change out of these, and go relax for the night. But a good step forward. A really, really good step forward. I'm excited for what the future will bring. Okay, so it's been a good week for me so far, I will admit. I've got a new outfit on. Check that out. Looks pretty good. I think. Hopefully future me thinks so. I cleaned up the beard by requested by my lovely date I'll be having tomorrow. So I'm just been hyping myself up. This is something really new for me. I haven't been on a date, at least not anything real, I said that to feel more normal. I don't know why I don't know why I said that to feel more normal. I just got to be me, and I'm the only me that's gonna be. So might as well be me. You know what I'm saying? Goodness, I know what I'm saying. I hope I would still know what I'm saying if I lost my damn mind. I just don't know what to say. I mean, I've kind of practiced. I've practiced. Why is it so weird for me? Why do I have to practice this kind of thing? I don't get to have such like an intimate interaction with someone, another person, just someone who maybe someday I can love wholeheartedly and truthfully. I would have said despite their flaws, but we'll see. Maybe we can work on that together. I don't know. I feel like I've cleaned up. Do I look good? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's ever going to love me. It's so stressful. But that's that pessimistic talk, That's that pessimistic talk. I've become accustomed to it. When you're still alone and you have a family support system that is not, it's more or less a liabilities support system. You make sure that kid who you've always kept an eye on, but not because you love them. It's the arm's reach, child. It's haha. I don't know. I'm just unworried. I'm sitting here. I'm antsy. Probably here, drumming on my knees. I don't know. It's difficult. I don't want to mess things up because this is a thing that I've thought about for dates, right? What if her and I don't really connect? Are things gonna be normal? Do I have to start over again? No, no, no. If things don't go well, it'll be fine. I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, what's the worst that happens? Say, sorry, we weren't compatible. Oh no, woohoo. We just go back to being friends, right? That's how it works. I don't really know, but that's why I would want it to work. She's a cool person, and I think I'm an awesome person, but that's me personally, obviously. It hasn't really shined through all the time for others, but oh goodness. But I don't know. I can't complain. Nothing wrong going on my end of the world. Just a big bundle of nerves right now. Whew. It's not. I'm getting caught up in my excitement, but it's over 24 hours away. It's like a late night kind of like dinner and drinks thing, but I'm nervous. I don't know what will become of me, and yeah. Whew. I feel like I'm not saying anything, so I'm just gonna end it here. Yeah, I'm excited and nervous, and I haven't already made that obvious. So here's to a good date. Is this thing on? Okay. Whew. I don't even know what to think. Calm down. Calm down. We're breathing. I wanted to record this to make sure that I can look back on it later. Maybe show my therapist this. My date, I don't know how it went. I'm not sure. So many thoughts racing in my head, and I just have to get them out on film. I do. It just doesn't seem right. I'm overthinking. But anyway, I have to say this. Otherwise, it'll race in my mind all night. And even then, who knows? I might not sleep. I might not sleep tonight. Like, this is it. I mean, it's so dramatic. This isn't it. This isn't everything. I'm so young yet. So many goals, so many opportunities. Anyway, here goes. I need to preface something. I wasn't honest earlier. To myself. And what good does that do me? If I forget these little details, I forget who I am. I don't want to forget who I am and who I will become. I don't. And that's why I need to lock it in right now. So, first things first. I have to be honest. I used some techniques that I had learned. Techniques sounds so stupid, but I used some techniques because I didn't know what else to do that I learned from one of those programs online that men can pay another man, arguably better at talking to women. It was like $300 something. I don't know, but I thought it would just be worth it for tonight, and for the future. Who knows? And it was a lot of money, and I watched every video I could. Stayed up as late as I could, but made sure I just got enough sleep to look like I actually slept, I couldn't give up the facade that I was doing all this prep work for her. I needed it to go just right. And I needed those guides. And so they had a couple things in there that I thought would be great. Some things about controlling the conversation, If you feel the conversation drifting somewhere boring, bring it back to her. Talk about her looks. Talk about, how she thinks you look. Make it a personal connection. Maybe if you see she's wandering off, touch her, grab a hold of her arm, and get her attention. Hey, where I lost you for a second. Can I bring you back down to earth? You are an angel after all. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it seemed like it would work. And I thought we were really close. She was so impressed with how work has been going earlier this week. I don't understand. I thought she had some kind of glimmer in her eye, I'm leaving out a lot of details, and I need to get those details out just to say everything. Okay, so first off, we met at this nice restaurant. It was, traditional sit down and the steak, fancy pastas, stuff like that, salads. And it was nice. We had some wine and, we talked for a bit. And I was just, God, I was using those techniques, I thought one of the techniques that they mentioned was to keep eye contact, So when she would talk about her personal life, which I don't hear a lot about at work, it's very much, small talk and work talk. Who cares about that? I want to know more about you. And so I just kept looking at her. Just something charming, Something like that. And she just kept looking away. Or if I would hold her gaze for too long, it's like she was looking at something terrifying. Like she saw her dead grandmother. And she would her eyes would go wide, and she would just look away and just go, mm-hmm. No matter what I was talking about or what she was talking about, she just would be like, oh, sorry, I thought about something that I needed to do tonight. And I'd be like, oh, sure, no problem, because, of course, it happens. And I don't know. I was just hoping that it would go smoother. I felt like there was so much friction. And it's upsetting. I was hoping for a better outcome. It really was. I'm still leaving out a lot of details. So, we got our appetizers and stuff. And we were sipping on our first glass of wine, and it was nice. And I really was just kind of telling her everything, Like, I had this place that my folks kicked me out. I'm all alone. I mean, it's just truthful, that I'm not very close with my parents. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm kind of just a solo guy, And she kind of just had one of those moments. She's just like, oh, It's just like, I don't want your pity. Don't give me pity. All I want is love. How can someone do that? How can someone... Now, this is why I'm making this. I don't know if what I'm thinking is this just the awkwardness of a first date? Is this just the growing pains in a relationship? Is this just how this goes? I don't know. Oh God, I don't know. I feel like all my friendships, or at least my attempts at friendships, were like this. It was always just the whole, oh, and, oh, okay. Or, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Trust me, I'm more sorry to hear that. People don't realize how patronizing that is. Why do people say that? It's like they think I'm some kind of monster. What do they see that I don't? What do they see? What do they see? That's all I ask. Is I can be another person to those people. I don't want to be something lesser. So I don't want this to be an overall bad experience, but I'm scared. I'm scared it's going to go wrong, but she's so beautiful. Such a smart person. So charming. Anyway, I need to mention how that date ended. So anyway, I got lost in my own thoughts. Everything was going okay, I thought. She gave me one of the little side smiles. And she says, actually, I have to use the restroom. I will be right back. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And so I'm waiting. I'm waiting for her. And so I'm waiting for a while. And our entrees come out. I had mine in front of me and hers was in front of her seat. And then I finished my meal and I'm waiting. I'm like, wow, it really must be, maybe there's a toilet broken in the bathroom. And I'm still waiting. And then the waiter comes out and says, will there be dessert tonight? And I said, what? He's like, yeah, it's been about half an hour since we passed out the entree. You looking for any dessert? Looks like you finished your meal already. And that's true. I did finish my meal. Wow. I guess something happened. Something came up, Something came up. And I didn't realize she had left until that moment. And the waiter also asked, what happened to the woman there? And I said, I don't know. And he just looked at me and said, oh, and looked away. And at that moment, I about lost it. And that poor person. Because like I said, I don't want to be patronized. But I didn't know that person, not even at the bare minimum level, besides just being another human being. Positivity is key. And surely something came up. But I'll keep an open mind. And I'll look forward to talking to her soon. I just want to be happy. I'm so upset with everything that's been going on lately, I had my date the other day, and I thought, okay, maybe it's a circumstance that she left, right? You can't assume everybody's a bad person. You can't assume everybody has these quirks, I knew she was quirky from the start, and again, there's some things that I would change if I could. But no, it got worse, if you can believe it. I thought, it's probably going to be a little awkward between us, but I had the most optimism possible that I could. But I went into work and, no. It was, the guys were back at it again. The other guys in the office, Yo, Stevens! I couldn't. There's so much going on, They're like, yo! If it's anything that I hate more than someone patronizing me, it's someone who thinks they're better than me. I don't. These guys, they don't know. They don't know the person that I was. don't know the person that it can be. They don't know. I put up this front, and I'm not a tough guy. I'm not. I'm just somebody who wishes the world around him could be as good as he is. But no. No. They're much worse. They're much, much worse. But anyway, I, along with the guys, laughing and heckling, I noticed that she was with them again. She was kind of distancing from them when she saw how well I was doing at work, and she was coming up to me, and they were all kind of giving me like a side eye, a side eye to, because they were jealous of me, but now they think they're better because of whatever story she told. Whatever story that she said about me, whatever lies she spread about me. Now, I said I'd probably stay awake that night, and I did. I was awake for a long time that night. I couldn't sleep. I didn't know what to do. I'm all tore up. My stomach. I'm just so anxious. I'm just so upset. My anxiety is at a peak. Is at a peak. I had to go see a doctor because it was hurting my stomach so much. It still is hurting my stomach so much, but I'm on some painkillers and some acid reduction medication, and oh, man, I just want to be happy in the worst way. I'm not a bad person. I'm not. I've forgiven myself for what I have done, and I can do no wrong anymore. I cannot do a wrong anymore. I will not do a wrong anymore. There is no more evil. There is no more evil. There is no more evil. What? Oh God. What happened? Ooh. Okay. I need to see my therapist sooner than later. I'm so afraid. Everything's going wrong. I just said everything was going right. I don't know what's happening. My body's torn one way, my mind's torn another. It can't happen again. It can't. It can't. It can't. Why is the world just so evil? I'm not the evil. I was never the evil. I was raised by evil. I know the difference. My father, he puts on this guise, he puts on this fake personality, and it just makes me sick to see a man carry himself, and he knows the things he does at home. My family knows the things he does at home, but they're all so afraid. He's got so much power, and what I would do, just to pluck that power away from him. How could he do these things? It was his fault. 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 is happening? What is happening?